What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Mo Hunt Silver. We're going to have a 2-box nickel hunt in this video, and this is going to be Nickel Hunt and Fill number 24 in the series, boxes 32 and 33. I'm hoping we can find some more cool stuff in these 2 boxes, because in the last Hunt and Fill series video, we did not have any additions for the albums. We only had one upgrade, the 1951, and we had one really sweet V-nickel find, the 1887. So we're still at 166 spots of 192 possible to fill in our Jefferson nickel albums, and we're at 15 of 65 to fill in our Buffalo nickel albums. So I'm hoping we can add some more spots in these albums today and get them filled. So in these 2 boxes, we're going to be looking for any more album additions for either the Buffalo or Jefferson nickels, any kind of proofs, silver nickels, Buffalo nickels, obviously, more V nickels possibly, errors, varieties, foreigns, any kind of miscellaneous coins, or anything else cool. But before we get into these boxes, I would just like to thank all of my new subscribers to the channel. I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I put out here, and let your friends know as well if they're also into coins. So again, I thank you guys, and I also thank all my current subscribers and longtime subscribers. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. So I think we'll get everything set up here, and we'll get into these boxes. And we'll start with box number 32 down here, which does not have any enders. And I'm going to save box number 33 for the second box of the series here, or the video, I should say, because this one does have 3 enders. And I believe, well, one of them is right there. It's a reverse facing, and then the other 2 are here. And what's this guy, actually? Because that one was reverse facing, and I think this one's going to be a 1946. So we'll just have to see if it has a mint mark once we get into it. But that'll be the second box of the video, and I'll be right back with our first find out of box number 32 down here. Roll number 2 is going to kick us off with a 40s Jefferson, and it's going to be a 1947. Let's see what we have. 47, and that's going to be a Philadelphia. All right. We'll keep moving. Still on roll number 2. And we're going to have a second 40s Jefferson. This one's going to be a 1940. This one was also only 3 coins from the end. But we have a pretty beat up 1940 out of Philadelphia. Man, it's 2 40s in that roll. Not bad. Very next roll. Roll number 3. Now this time we have a dirty 1949. That is definitely dirty. And that is going to be out of Philly again. All right. We're up to roll number 5 now. And I had it spill out on me, but we do have an oldie in here. We're going to have a 1941 right over here. Oh, if I can grab it. And what do we have for a mint mark? And that's going to be Denver. All right. Pretty sweet. I'll take that. That's going to be 4 40s Jefferson so far out of 5 rolls. Very next roll, roll number 6. And I believe we're going to have 2 older Jeffersons. First one being the second coin in on the roll. And it's a 1947. So we can pluck that out of here. And that is going to be a Philadelphia. All right. And then we also had another one right here that I saw. And that's going to be a 1959. And what do we got? And that's actually a Philadelphia. So that's not bad. That is the harder 59 to find. All right. We'll keep moving. Well, guys, I just unwrapped roll number 8, and I see, where is it here? Oh, right here. If you guys can see that right there, we have a different looking edge. So this will most likely be a foreign of some kind. Actually, switch hands. Yeah, that's going to be a foreign. Oh, as I drop it. Let's see what the other side was first. Here we go. Okay, Republica. That's from the Philippines. 25 centimos. It's pretty neat. I don't think I've ever gotten one of these before. What is that? 1982. That's pretty neat looking. Huh. All right, interesting. Alrighty. I'll be back if there's anything else in this roll. Roll 14. Just laid them out. And I believe we are going to have a silver war nickel right here. It's darker in color for sure. And I see a D mint mark. So that could only be a silver war nickel. Now, this does have a D mint mark on it. I know we need the 43 and the 45 Denver for the series album. Will this be one of those two dates? Let's flip it over and see what it is. And that's going to be a 43 Denver. Wow. All right. That is, I believe, the hardest of the war nickels to find because it's lowest mintage. All right, I'll put the mintage below on this one. That is sweet. All right. That's definitely a spot filled in the book, too. Very nice. All right. If there's anything else hiding in here, I will be back to share it with you. All right, guys. It looks like roll number 14 is going to have a second find. And we have another older Jefferson right here. And that is going to be a 1939. So there's a second year Jefferson. And that is a Philly. So we can check that under the scope for the DDR, which I do not see on this one. All right. That's sweet. A silver and a 30s Jefferson in that roll. Roll 17. Second coin in. And we have a 1946. And that is going to be out of Philly. So that's a pretty common one. All right. We'll keep going through here. Just got through the first half of roll number 27. You guys aren't going to believe this. Probably going to think I stuffed this within this roll or something like that, but I definitely did not. This came out of a bankroll. Look at that. That is a 1944 silver wartime nickel. That is gorgeous. I definitely did not see this when I unwrapped the roll because that edge honestly just looks like a dull regular nickel. It wasn't dark or anything. Let's see what mint mark it is. And that is a Philadelphia. And actually, I might want to put that under my scope here quick and check that out to see if we have any steps at all. No. I mean, there's some there, but they are gouged a little bit, so it's not going to be a full stepper. And I can't really, that looks like a regular mint mark. I'll have to check here off camera once I get through the rest of this roll. It looks like it was an ender at one point because we got a slight ring of death there. All right. Well, that's going to be an upgrade for the book for sure. That is awesome. We want to find war nickels. That's how we want to find them. Roll 28. I believe we're going to have a 1964 proof nickel right here. This does have not much shine left to it, but it does have some of it there. And if I flip it over, you can see it a little bit. But also the steps on this nickel are very defined and struck pretty well. And I'll put it under the scope to show you the steps here real quick. And there you can see them. That just has a lot more definition than a regular 64 nickel would. And also what tells me that this might be a proof as well is how thick the rim and edge of this coin is. You can see how thick that is, and I'll grab another one right here just to compare. You can see how thick and flat too. So I believe we are going to have a 1964 proof nickel right here with no cameo at all. That's cool. I'll take it for sure. It's another sweet find for the hunt. Very next roll again, guys. And if I keep finding stuff in every single roll, I'm just going to start doing 5-roll recaps, because this is like every single roll here just about that I'm finding something. But now we have a 1940 halfway through roll number 24. And it is a 1940 out of Philadelphia. I'm not sure if that's damage or if, yeah, it looks like damage. But so that's going to be a 40 for this roll so far. And if there's anything else in it, I'll be back to share it with you. Roll number 30. Yeah, guys, I think I'm definitely going to do the 5-roll recaps, because this one now, I have 2 older reverse-facing Jeffersons, and then I have a 1957 right back here that is going to be out of Denver. So you can put that one up there. And we'll see what this one here is first. This one looks like it's going to be older for sure. Philadelphia Minted, 1946. And then this is the one that I initially came up to, which has a D mint mark and looks like it's fairly worn. And that is going to be a 1949. So 2 40s and a 50s in this roll. And I have to check for varieties or errors or anything like that yet. But if there is anything, I'll share it with you. And I'll be back, if not, after the next 5 rolls are hunted. Rolls 31 through 35 have now been hunted. And we had a total of 6 finds. One of them being a 30s Jefferson. We did get a 1939 Philly. And it's not the DDR. But we got another 30s. We got a 1941. This is going to be a Philadelphia as well. Then we got 4 from the 50s. A 1953 Philadelphia. Or, that's the Denver, actually. This one's the Philly. 53. And that's the Philadelphia. And then we got a 1957 out of Denver. And a 1959. And that's out of Denver as well. So we'll move on to rolls 36 through 40 and see what we can find in them. All right, guys, I'm back. I just opened roll number 40, and I had to show you this. I believe we're going to have a second proof in this box. And it's right here in roll number 40. Yeah, I think so. That's definitely proofy looking. 1969. And even has some pretty good steps. Oh, yeah, those steps are really nice, actually, on this one. All right. Yeah. So proof number 2 in roll number 40. 1969S. And I might as well do a recap, because I don't believe there's anything else in here. What's this nickel here? I don't think that's anything. Nope, 1980. All right. I don't believe there'll be anything in this roll besides that proof. So the only other things we got out of these 5 rolls is a 1954 Denver, and in 1957, Denver as well. So if there is anything else in here, I'll be back to share it with you. But if not, I'll be back with the recap for rolls 41 through 45. Rolls 41 through 45 are now hunted. And this is actually going to be the first set of rolls with no finds. Absolutely nothing in those 5 rolls. So we'll do these last 5 rolls of the box, and I'll be back with a wrap up for them. The last 5 rolls of the box did produce a few more finds for us. We got 2 from the 40s here, 1941. And this one is actually going to be a San Francisco. So that is the lower minted 1941, just in terrible shape. 1947, again in pretty rough shape. That's going to be a Philadelphia. And we got 2 from the 50s, a 1953. And this one is also going to be a San Francisco. And then a 1959 out of Denver. And then the find of these 5 rolls is going to be a 1985 S proof. So that is going to be the 3rd proof nickel of this hunt. Of this box, too, actually. That is pretty wild. This one's been circulated for quite a while, it looks, though. It's in kind of rough shape. But all right, I'll get all the finds on the mat here, do a quick wrap up of the box, and we'll move on to the second box. All right, guys, I'm back for a box 1 wrap up of this hunt. Box 1 gave us a total of 37 coins on the mat. That is pretty good for one box. And we got a total of 3 2009, and all 3 of them are Denvers, which is awesome because I do not get very many Denvers over here in Pennsylvania. So I'll definitely take all 3 of those. We only got 1 foreign in this box, and that is going to be from the Philippines, a 20 centimos. We got 2 from the 30s, 2 1939 Phillies. We did get a total of 14 from the 40s, but I have 2 down below to show here in a minute. A total of 14 from the 50s. Only 1 San Francisco date, I believe that was in 1953. Surprisingly, this box gave us 3 proofs, which hardly ever get any of those either. That's pretty wild. These are very low minted usually and are not supposed to be in circulation, but I'll definitely take them. So we got a 1964. That's going to be a Philadelphia proof. A 1969, which is San Francisco, and a 1985, which is San Francisco. And then the 2 finds, definitely of this box, are going to be our 2 silvers. And we have a very hard to find 1943 Denver. Right there, lowest minted out of all the silver nickels. And then a stunning condition 1944. And that is a Philadelphia. Almost has full steps on it. It's very close. But all right. So we'll move on to box number 2 of the hunt. And hopefully that'll be a continuation of what we found in the first box. Because I think we might be onto a small collection dump. So we'll just have to see what we find. The 5th roll of box number 2 is going to start us off with our 40s finds. I already flipped this to see what the date was, but you can see that there is a San Francisco mint mark right there. So the newest that this can be is a 1954, but this one here is going to be a 1940. So we'll take that for sure. And then this one here also looked like it was older on the reverse that I saw. So this could be a 1948. So we'll definitely take that as well. And I don't believe I saw anything else in this roll, but I'll take that and we'll keep moving. Roll 57 is going to give us another older Jefferson. And I have a 1949 towards the end of the roll. And that is going to be a Philadelphia. All right. Very next roll, roll number 58. I just laid them out, and when I did, or when I unwrapped this roll, I saw we had a coppery colored coin right here. So when I laid them down, which that was just a horrible job, but when I laid them down, that right there is what I saw. So now we're going to have a Buffalo nickel in this box that looks like a 1937 with a lot of environmental damage on it. But it's actually not in bad shape, honestly. And let's give it the flip and see if it has a mint mark on it. And it does not. But it's in decent shape, though. All right. That's pretty sweet. I'll take that for sure. Huh. It's too bad it's got all that environmental damage on it. All right. Well, if there's anything else hiding in this roll, I'll be back to share it with you, because I still need to check all these coins. Roll 62. Just laid them out, had another darker colored coin. And when I took a closer look, I saw this. And I think we're going to have, yeah, we do, definitely, a second Buffalo nickel in this box. And again, it's darker. This one's not really copper colored like the first one, but it's definitely environmentally damaged in some way and still not in bad shape either. Very strange. This one's a 1936 Philadelphia. But yeah, it still has some decent detail. It doesn't have full horn, but there's really good detail on it still. Strange, but I'll take it for sure. And I think we had an older Jefferson right here a couple coins back. This one just had that older look to it. And yeah, that's going to be a 1958 out of Denver. So take that as well. Keep going through the rest of this, but that's pretty sweet. I just don't know what's going on with those two. They got some kind of environmental damage on them. Roll 64 of the hunt is going to give us a 1940 Jefferson nickel. That is from Philadelphia. And not in bad shape either. There's still a good amount of detail. Just the steps are worn away, but you can tell that there was definitely some steps there. All right. I'll take it. Roll 72 is going to give us our first foreign for box number 2 of the hunt. And we're going to have a Canadian this time. And we have a 1999 with the beaver. All right. Roll 86. And this was an ender. 1949. And I believe it does have a mint mark, but that is going to be a Denver. And there you can see those roller marker lines from being the ender. All right. And this roll also had our first 2009 for the second box. And it's going to be a 2009 Philly. Kind of rough shape, but we'll take it. Roll 80 of the hunt is going to have another 40s Jefferson hiding within. And it was actually only one coin away from being an ender as well. But we have a 1946 out of Philly. And I don't see the little Henning notch there either. So just unwrapped roll number 81. And 81 is actually going to be our second ender roll of this box. And this is 1946 again. So I do not know if it has a mint mark, but we will flip it. And it does. Nice. That's going to be a 46 San Francisco. That is awesome. I do not find very many of these. That is a great find right there. All right. If there's anything else hiding in here, I'll be back to share it. We're on roll number 83, and I'm only about 7 coins from the end of the roll here, and I see we have an older Jefferson with a San Francisco mint mark. This does look like it's pretty worn, so I'm going to guess at the early 40s on this one. A 40 or a 41, probably. Let's see what we have. And, oh, wow. It's going to be another 46 San Francisco. That's crazy. These are only, well, I think there's only like 13 or so million of these minted. So this is like just above semi-key date status. But wow, that's crazy. I go stretches without finding any of them, and now I just find 2 in one box. It's crazy how things work. All right. Roll 85. And we're going to have another 40s Jefferson. 1940. Out of Philly. And pretty slick. Ready. Roll 94 is going to give us another 40s Jefferson. And we have another pretty worn and beat up 1946. And this one is going to be a Denver example that has been used pretty hard. This roll also did give us a 1958. And I believe that is a Denver as well. Yep. Again, used pretty hard. All right, but we'll keep looking. Roll 98 is going to give us a 1941. And this will be a 1941 out of Philadelphia. And pretty slick. All right. That's going to do it for box number 2 of this hunt. This box gave us a total of 29 finds. Not quite as many as the first box. And we didn't have the variety of finds as we did in the first box in this one. But we did have a couple good ones. So we got a total of, 11 from the 40s up here. Then we have 14 from the 50s in this box. We got 1 foreign, the 1999 Canadian nickel. We got 1 2009 in this box, a Philadelphia. And then the 2 finds of this box, which are, I don't know if they're environmentally damaged or what's going on, because they both have like a coppery color to them. But we got 2 Buffalo nickels, one of them being a 1936 Philadelphia, which is black and coppery looking. And this is the first one that we found, which is a 1937 Philadelphia. And again, coppery looking. I don't know. Strange. Maybe if any of you guys know what that could be, maybe leave a comment down below. Because I am clueless. But it just looks like environmental damage of some kind. Still going to keep them, though. We'll see if they're needed for the album once we get to that point. But before we do that, I have to do a full wrap up for this hunt. And that is going to be the next clip that you guys will see. And we'll get all the finds together and show you what we found all together in the hunt. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back for a full wrap up of this 2-box hunt. We have a total of 66 total finds on the mat here. And the bottom 7 are the awesome finds of the hunt. But the other things that we did find in these boxes, which there's a lot here to cover. We got 2 foreigns, 1 from Canada, 1 from the Philippines, 4 total 2009s, 1 of them being a Philly, and the other 3 are all Denver strikes. We only got 2 from the 30s, both of them being 1939s. And then we got a total of 25 from the 40s. 2 of them are down below. But we did have a couple San Francisco mint strikes here, a 1940, a 41, and also 2 1946s, which are very hard to find. And I'm surprised that I found 2 of them in one box. Then as far as the 50s go, we had a total of 28 from the 50s. Nothing, no semi-key dates or anything. And 2 of the 50s that we found are from San Francisco, 52 and a 53. And then the finds of this hunt, we found 3 proofs in box number 1. Oldest one being in 1964 with no cameo. And then we found a 1969 San Francisco proof strike that also has very little to no cameo. And then a 1985 San Francisco proof strike. And that one does have cameo, but it's very scratched. Box number 2 gave us 2 Buffalo nickels with some environmental damage, 1936 Philadelphia and a 1937 Philly. And then box number 1 of the hunt also gave us 2 silvers. First one, a 1943 Denver, which is the harder of the silver nickels to look for and find. And then a 1944 Philadelphia that is in stunning condition and is definitely going to be a book upgrade in the series album. That is a stunner. Beautiful coin. So that's going to do it for this hunt. I have to now pull out the albums here and compare our finds and add whatever additions we have. Because I know we're going to have at least one with that 43 Denver War nickel. I also have a couple nicer condition Jefferson nickels here to compare and possibly make upgrades for in the albums, but let me do that and I'll be right back to see what we did in the albums. The coins from today's hunt have now been compared to the albums, and we had 2 additions in this one and 1 upgrade. Our first addition is going to be the 1943 Denver right here, silver nickel. So I can get that pushed down in there with some force. And then our second addition is going to be the 1977 Philadelphia that was over here in our coins to compare or upgrade. And we did not have the 77, so I can get that one pushed down in there. And then as far as upgrades go, the only one we had was that 1944 silver wartime nickel. This is the one that we had in the spot. And I don't think we're going to be able to find an upgrade for that. That is a very nice nickel in that album. So that will now put us up to 168 spots of our possible 192 in the 3 Jefferson nickel albums, and we did not have anything to add or upgrade in our Buffalo nickel album, so we're still at 15 of the 65. But it's not bad. We still need a few of the key dates and a couple semi-key dates. Other than that, it's just me like holding out for nicer examples to get into these albums, because after you put the coins in a few times and take them out, the holes don't really hold the coins that well anymore. So I'm trying to hold out with some of these more modern dates till we find some really nice ones to place in here. And I just haven't come across them yet. But when I do, they'll be going in the album. So let's see. Our 43 Denver wartime nickel there is silver. So I had to pull out a fill-in, and the 44 Philly that we found got upgraded. So we are going to have the first 2 silver coins of 2025 in the jar. That'll do it for this episode, guys. And if you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps the channel grow. And I would appreciate it very much as well. But I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you continue to watch my videos in the future and enjoy them for your entertainment. You know, that's why I do this. And have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.